Alright, so just back at this one, back here to replace a fan motor. I'm about to take this apart. It's all isolated, ready to go. So I'll take it apart, change the fan over, and I'll show you the difference between the new fan motor and the resistance readings, and the same on the old one. And I'll show you what the difference is and how I came to the conclusion that it was the actual fan motor that was the issue. I'll explain it a bit better, but for now I'll just start taking this apart, get the old one out, and we'll go from there. Let's go. So I'll just give you an example. So basically where the plug is, where the fan plugs into the board, basically where the red and black cable is, it needed to be above 300 volts DC coming out of the board, which it was more than 300 volts DC, so that's good. This, we need to check the resistance between red and black, and it should be above 300 kilo ohms. And I'll give you an example. So as you can see, the old one isn't coming up with the readings. So have a look at this. Just you want to learn. When it's together, there is zero resistance. There's no resistance because it's a full-blown circuit. When there's no connection and there's a break in the circuit, it's overload. 0, overload. There's something going on with that fan motor. We'll explore that later. Okay, in that video I accidentally showed you me testing between the red and brown cable. I should have been testing between the red and black. So the new fan should be, or a good fan should be, above 300 kilo ohms. So I actually tested it when I got it, and it was in between red and black. I think it was about 330 kilo ohms. And how I found that out was just by putting it on ohms, and I tested it, and this changed over to K, and it was 330. Now you can press range and go across if you want, but I'll just leave mine on auto. But anyway, so I'll just show you that this one is the same. OL. I'll swap these over. OL. So it's definitely not coming up. And just to show you, I'll go to range, kilo ohms. I'll do the same thing. So when I test fan motors, you can go on the app for whatever brand it is, and it'll tell you all this info. And then you just test it. But if it says like it should be so many ohms, I'll always just go to ohms, test it, and whatever. But if it says like kilo ohms, I'll go to ohms, test it, and it'll quite often just do it automatically. If it doesn't, then I go over to range and change it to what it needs to be. Now, I have had fan motors that, for example, Dakin will say it needs to be above 300 kilo ohms, and you go to kilo ohms and nothing comes up. But then when you go to like the M, it will come up with a figure. But once you convert that, it'll be like, yeah, that's sweet, it works. Anyway, alright, so this has been taken out. Behind the fan motor there's these little cable ties, hold the cable in. Got to make sure that that's securely in so the cable isn't flapping around. If they don't have them, you can use cable ties obviously, but they've all got them, so you shouldn't need cable ties. This is a left hand thread. So left is tightening, that way it doesn't come loose when the fan's going.